Good morning, everybody. Joe Ciaccio here. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It's a holiday today. So if you're out today working, I would work a little bit harder. You're probably going to catch a lot of people at home that have not been home, either by calling to set appointments or driving by, because people have these unique schedules now. They're having to work, and sometimes both spouses work, so we've got to kind of get them when the opportunity is best. So today I want to talk about some closing thoughts for you to incorporate into what you do, tweak what you do, or kind of change some of the things you're doing. Because what happens, a lot of agents call me and say, Joe, I did a great presentation and the people wanted it, and then they just canceled. They just called me and said, I want to cancel it. I'm not too sure. I kind of want to think about it. So the entire process from the hello at the end till the thank you at the end is a process of closing. It's a process of gaining their trust that they believe in you, the information that you're sharing with them is valuable to them, and you're there to solve the issue that they feel they have, that if they die, not if, or when they die, there's going to be some money there for a specific person to take care of all of their expenses. And throughout the process, those are the things we've got to sit and touch on, is that your son Anthony, your daughter Marie, okay, they'll be in charge of everything. So if they have any questions, just make sure they call me. As you're going through the process, we want to start mentioning their names, because now we know that what we do is just not a beneficiary. It is a person that they know, that they love, that they trust, because for them to make a logical decision and to keep what they decide they want to keep, I call it the 12-inch rule. It's got to be between the heart and the brain. The heart's got to tell the brain it's okay. The brain's got to say, okay, the heart, let's do this here. Let's sign this application. I'm willing to give up $62.42 a month for my peace of mind. So when you go through the whole process, you're constantly telling them the decisions you're making, we're going to discuss them together. Whatever you feel, let's kind of talk about it. Let's kind of air it out. If you talked to anybody before and they told you something different, let's bring it up and talk about it, because today when I leave, I want to be your only insurance agent. I want to make sure that when we leave today, everything that we do together is exactly what you had me come here today for. So you've gone through the process. They've told you everything about them. You know a little bit about their health. And now you're getting to the application. You're going to do an e-app, you're going to do a phone app, whatever you're going to do. I like to tell the people what's going to happen before we go through anything. I tell people in the beginning when I walk in, we're going to be going over your health, some private information. I'm going to need your driver's license. I'm going to need your checking account information. And whatever we speak about is between you and I. Application time, I want them to know I'm going to fill out an application. I'm going to go over all the health questions with you again to make sure everything is no. Then from there, they may have a couple questions at the end that may have popped up. And then from there, we're going to get you approved on the plan that you picked out. Are you ready to get started? Yes, I am. So you're actually inching them closer to you every single time you're speaking with them. So at the end, when you go to do your close, you've already got their confidence level very high. Your trust level is very high. And they feel that the decision that you guided them was a good decision, because you did not put pressure on them to buy the most expensive policy out there. People can feel the pressure when you're trying to push that $120 premium. People feel it. So you need to kind of do whatever you do on your pricing to let them pick it out. What I will tell you is that if you want to show higher premiums, don't show low premiums. Try to keep your lowest premium at $55 or $60, because you can always come down. People normally are going to pick the least expensive one that's there, so let's make the least expensive one worthwhile for us. You've done the application. Everything went fine. They've been approved. Their draft date is set for next month on the 3rd. Now, everybody's close, everybody's cool down is different. Mine is not, it's time to go. My time now is to re-emphasize and to rediscuss with them what took place. Because what ends up happening is that when you rush through the entire application process and then you get an application and you leave, people don't feel the love that you've given them. You got to show them some love and that you appreciate them buying from you. You got to make them feel that the help that you gave and guided them with was a smart one. So I kind of like to go over exactly what I've done as is here. Doing the close, sometimes doing the actual application process, if I feel comfortable that I'm going to put them with a certain carrier, I'm going to leave them a lead behind. Not all the time. If they tell me they've got no health issues, I've asked them the same questions 10 different ways. They tell me nothing's wrong with me, or I'm only on blood pressure medication, I'm on a diabetic pill, I'm on cholesterol. That's not an issue when it comes to us with Simplified Issue. I give them something. If I don't feel too sure what carrier I'm going to put them with, and I'm kind of like unsure, but yet I'm going to go through an application process, but I'm not positive they're going to be accepted by that carrier, I hold back on any leave behinds I want to give them. They're approved. Now I go through my book, I bring out some stuff from the carriers that is free from all the carriers except one. Now, I like to give them something at the end to let them feel that they actually have bought something from me. When somebody feels they buy something, it makes that intangible, which they're going to get a policy, put it in a drawer, make payments, and it's going to be used for down the road for their children or their spouse. But it's all it's doing is giving them peace of mind. So I want to give them some type of leave behind, some type of periodicals, something to let them know that they did make a transaction today, and I appreciate it, and let me give you something to prove what you did. I have like little folders made up. In the little folders, I have a little bio about me. How long I've been in the business for, my primary focuses, final expense, annuities, Medicare, Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, a little bit about who I am. I have I am your policy, a little piece of paper in there. All this stuff can be found in the back office. Okay? Have a hard time getting in the back office? Get with Jay today, he'll help you out. I also put in some stuff from the carriers. So let's say I pick out Royal Neighbors. What I'm going to do is that I am going to bring the paper out from Royal Neighbors and I'm going to highlight some stuff when the deal's done. Everything is finished. I'm kind of like putting all my stuff away, yet I just don't want to hit it and run. So I'm going to highlight some of the information they started back in the year they started, how long they've been in business for, if it has their AM Best rating on there, how many people they've taken care of, little things to let them see that I'm not rushing. And what you're actually doing, you're solidifying the deal that you're putting them with a company that's got strength and stability and will be there for them when that day comes and they pass away, that there will be money given to them from the insurance carrier. I'm going to tell them, thank you very much for making this decision. Yet before I go, what I want to do is to make sure that when I leave, you and I are on the same page on what we did today. Is that all right? They're going to go, yes. I'm going to say, okay, I put you with a company today. What company did I put you with? They look down, they're going to say Royal Neighbors, American Amicable, Prosperity, whoever you chose to put them with. Okay. You're going to say, okay, when is the bank going to send in your first payment? On the 3rd of next month, correct. What is the face amount that you chose to give to Anthony and Marie? And I've got all this stuff written down for them, okay? $10,000. And what are your premiums going to be starting on the 3rd and every month thereafter? $82.14, correct. Okay. Now, I have all this stuff written down. Whatever carrier it is, I've got $10,000. First premium is going to start November 3rd. Payments are $82.16. I'm going to have all this stuff. I'm even going to sign it. Make it legitimate. Okay? I want them to see. I want them to hear what we've done. I want them to say what we've done. Because when you hear something, you talk about something, you read something, it tends to penetrate a whole lot more than just handing them and saying, here's your information. Now, at that time when I'm doing my close, I'm going to ask them, are you happy with all the information that we went over today? They're going to say yes. At that time, I'm going to ask them for some referrals. I want them to start speaking with me a little bit. I said, since I did a nice job for you, and you're very happy with what I did to take care of this issue, who do you know that I can give this free information to? A brother, sister, neighbor, a cousin or something? You may get them say, well, yeah, you know something? My brother Jimmy said something about that. My cousin Frank said something about something. I'm going to say, well, can you give me their information, and then I will contact them. Now, you can get the information. Frankie Garcia lives on this street here, and here's his phone number. Because I want a name, I want an address, I want a phone number. If they have the email, I get it, but most of the time they don't have that there. I want all that information because now I'm going to decide, do I call or do I drive by? If you want to go one step further to make it a warm welcome, either when you call or when you visit, say, Mrs. Jones, do you mind calling your cousin Frank up and letting him know that I am your insurance agent, you're very happy with what I did, and I'll be contacting him to see if I can help him out. If they do it, you're one step closer. If they don't, ain't no big deal. No big deal. Because you're going to ask for referrals on Medicare, Medicare Advantage, an annuity, life insurance, final expense. Anything that comes to your mind, you're going to talk about and see if they can get you a referral. Because the most bizarre thing, a lot of times when people send in these cards, there's something on that card that got their attention. Yet your job when you go into the house is to spark more interest to see if you can get them to talk about more things they may need to where you can help them in more than just one area. Presentation's done, application is done. I've given them some periodicals from the company. We've already gone over the name of the carrier, the face amount, the premium amount, the draft date. Now, what I like to do, let's say the premiums are $82.16. $82.16 is a lot of numbers to remember. I tell the people about the easiest thing that I have found dealing with hundreds and hundreds of clients is that why don't we just round that in your mind to $85? That's just to make sure you have the extra $85 in there. Because what happens a lot of times, people that start these insurance programs later on in life, a little bit older in age, some of them never had an automatic draft, a draft come out of their account. They're not accustomed to money automatically coming out of their account. So what happens is that they're going to go and withdraw all that money right when that money comes in. That's why you, as a smart agent, are going to make sure that you put them with a Social Security billing company that drafts the evening that their check comes in. The evening it comes in. The computer knows that Frankie Jones is getting $1,387 coming to his account. The computer knows it. The computer also knows that he's got a premium of $82.16 coming out. So they're not going to pull the $82.16 out when he's got a zero balance because they're talking to each other. Okay, 82, you can't come out until that $1,300 comes in. Okay, computers know that. That's why people are going to sit and tell you, can you make my draft on the 4th to make sure my money's in the account? My answer is, it doesn't work that way. We'll go with that another day. Okay? Now, you've done everything. You've gone over everything with them. You've got a couple referrals. Everything is happy. Put your book away. Put your stuff in your briefcase. That doesn't mean get up and go. Okay? Before I leave, Are there any questions you would like to ask me before I leave? No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. What I do is that I carry around coffee cups. I've had them for years. Back in the day, they cost me $1. Now they probably cost $1.50. I give a coffee cup with to them, one or two, depending on how many people are there. It's got my name. It's got the things that I do on the bottom of the cup. Medicare, life insurance, dental, annuities, Medicare, Medicare Advantage, or MAPDs on the bottom of the cup. Got a little logo. I got my name and I got my phone number on usually both sides. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give you a couple coffee cups. So in the event you lose my card, when you go to drink your cup of coffee in the morning or your hot tea at nighttime, you've got my coffee cup and you can call me no matter what you need. It works. Let me tell you again, it works. People have called me and said, you know something, Joe, I couldn't find your company card like you said, but I told my husband, get up in the cabinet and get his coffee cup. They didn't remember my name. They didn't remember where my company card was. They didn't think to look on the application or the policy. They looked for the coffee cup. So think about that there. To invest in your future is to buy some coffee cups. So with that said, guys, make it a great day. We love you. If you got any questions, call us. If you don't have access to the back office, get with Jay today. He'll go over it with you. Be safe out there. Hit them hard, guys. Bye-bye.